Pork Char Siu, one of my favorite pork recipes. This recipe was brought over from the Chinese immigrants to Hawaii and made popular there. This recipe is super easy to make. You just make an overnight marinade, and once marinated overnight, just pop it right in the oven. Once it's taken out of the oven, serve over rice, and you got yourself dinner.
Right, so this is the ingredients for the Chinese char siu. It's Chinese 5-spice. Let's get up on there. There we go. I got hoisin sauce. You can use any brand. It's what I found in the store. Sweet cooking rice wine. It's mirin. Honey. And then any brand of soy sauce. And then I have 2 containers that I'm going to put the pork in to marinate overnight. This has to marinate overnight for the best taste. And then I have, the recipe calls for 1.5 pounds. I have a little over 2.5 pounds. So what I'm going to do to this pork roast is chop it in half and chop it in half so I have 4 strips. But first I'm going to make the sauce, and I'm going to make 2 batches of the regular recipe sauce. 1 batch in here and 1 batch in here. So let me get mixing. Alright, so this is my little over than 2.5 pound pork roast. All I did was cut it in half and then cut it in half again, so I have 4 slices. Now this is one recipe. The recipe calls for 1.5, so that's about this. So I made 2 marinating bowls for them. I just mix all of the ingredients together pretty easy in separate bowls. Now I'm going to add the pork. I love pork. Look at that fat. That's my favorite part. Anyway, now I'm going to add the pork to the marinade. Super easy. And when I do it, just mix it around in there. Sorry. I'm getting my tripod for this camera later on this week, so should be easier for me to make videos. But right now I'm just massaging the marinade into the meat. Okay. Then I'm going to cover them, shake them, and then I'm going to let them marinate overnight. Okay. Change of plan. Since there was so little sauce for the marinade, I didn't want any of the meat to marinate overnight without being drenched in the sauce. I wanted to get an even marinade, and there was too much space in the container. So all I did was put them in 2 freezer bags, Ziploc bags, and then squeeze the air out of it. So now that you see, I have the pork that has been marinated for 24 hours. And now I'm ready to put it into our roasting pan. You can use a roasting pan or a casserole dish. I like to use casserole dishes for this roasting. Some oil to oil your dish. So I'm just going to do that really quick. There. I'm just going to get my pork out of the bag. Look at this pork. I'm going to place them into my greased casserole dish. Alright, come and take a look at this. Alright, so they're placed in there, ready to put in the oven. What I'm going to do is just put some of the marinade right over that. Right? So I had my oven preheating at 400 degrees. I'm just going to simply put it in there. This is my pork in my baking dish and ready to cook or bake. I'm just going to put it in a preheated 400 degree oven for about an hour and a half because I have almost 2.5 pounds of meat. Just going to put it in the oven. Alright, so it's in the oven. Now make sure to baste it every 15 minutes. And then the last 15 minutes of the baking time, you want to put it on broil. Just put the heat on the oven as high as it can go. Alright, so don't forget to baste every 15 minutes. Alright, I'm at the final step. I'm going to baste it one more time and turn my oven up so it gets more charred. The charred is basically this black, it's like almost burnt part. Don't worry, that's okay to have. So I'm going to baste it one more time. Alright, I took it out of the oven, so it's done baking. It's still sizzling. Got that nice char. It just almost looks burnt. Right, we're at the final stages. My mouth is salivating. It smells so good. I'm just going to transfer the pork one by one onto the cutting board, and then just simply cut them into pieces, slices, lengthwise.
I've searched this whole wide world to find my special.
This pork is so tender, it's just already falling apart.
Whose kiss taste is oh so sweet.
Wow. Just like that, and that's your pork char siu. Plate and eat. Just made some homemade steamed rice. Some rice on there because I'm hungry. This was my husband. Some rice on there. Some pork, char siu, delish. This is my husband's plate. He doesn't like fat. You see, it got that nice char. That's what char siu is known for. And then my homemade pickled radish. I have to make another batch, so you can count on me making another video for that. Now let's try this.
You mine till the end of time. Oh, my heart been searching for the one.
Alright, so that was pork char siu. I hope you are able to make it. If you have any questions or comments, just leave it down there. Send me a message for